Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the Metal Magdalene with Jet here on Metal Messiah Radio. Today we have with us as our special guest back on the show, Mr. David Ingram. Welcome back to the show, Dave.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and thanks for having me back once again.
Okay, so today we invited David back on the show so he can catch us up to date on some of his projects, and he has a ton. First of all, David, I know we talked a little bit about Ursinne the last time you were on the show, so give us a little history lesson on that band and catch us up on what's going on there.
Okay, well, the band's been in existence for a couple of years, but we had delays here and there, and we couldn't get our schedules right. But we finally got the album recorded, and it drops imminently on Transcending Obscurity Records of India. And I'll just quickly say that if you're buying mail order stuff, the guy makes sure you receive your packages. He is so good at making sure everyone is... The mail is secure, and it's as cheap as you can get it. He does a really cool job. So kudos to Kunal. That's his name. But yes, Ursinne. So myself and Jonny Pettersson, and we've just recently added Sonja Nuselda from Holland on bass guitar. She'll be working with us on the next album, which we've started to write, but we're taking it very slowly. Those guys are working together because we're all doing multiple projects. As we'll find out what I'm doing in just a short moment. But yeah, we've definitely got a new album in the future. We're going to do a double disc version, I believe. It's going to be, one disc of original material, and then the other disc will be cover versions and some demos from the first album that we found that we have, and we're going to mix them and put them on as bonus tracks.
And so the new album that you have out is Swim with the Leviathan? Is that the new one?
That's the one. Yeah, that one drops within the next couple of weeks. If you've pre-ordered it, you should be getting your copies within a week. So that's really awesome that it's all coming together, and we're getting a lot of positive reviews from places. I don't think I've read a bad one yet. They're coming, but yeah.
So this album features some covers from some 80s bands on there. Of course, my favorite has to be Turning Japanese.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do that as a cover version, but it would have just sounded strange had, for example, Benediction done it. It would have been almost a copy. And doing it with Jonny, he always wants to make things... He wants to twist them to his own manner, and I'm totally into that. And it was the same with doing Crazy Horses. I've always wanted to cover that as well. And this was the ideal time to do it with this Swedish HM2 sound that Jonny uses. And also the way he puts the songs together is amazing. I so enjoy working with that guy.
And who are some of the other guest vocalists, Dave?
Well, there was a chap on Crazy Horses. It's been credited as being Jonny doing the vocals, the clean singing on there, but it's not. It's Count Morivond from the band Dance de Sade from New York. You should check them out. They do a version of music called Baroque and Roll. It's really sleazy stuff. It's very cool. It's heavy, and also on their first album, their debut album, I guessed vocals, so I wanted to return the favour. So it was, that was the reason why. Now, there's also Kam Lee on the Queens of the Stone Age cover that we do. And, there's also, it's always an honour to work with Kam. I'll tell you that now. He's such a, fanboy moment. He's a fucking hero of mine, right? And there was also on Turning Japanese, it was Jonny. I wanted Jonny to come in and do some vocals as well. So that was it.
Okay, so since we're mentioning Kam Lee already, tell us about this brand new thing you guys going on. I don't know if I'm going to say it right. Is it Troikadon?
Perfect.
Yay, I did it. So first of all, what does that even mean?
Well, the whole thing with Troy and Troika, it means three. Mm-hmm. So... I think Troika, isn't that Russian for three, in fact? I'm not 100% sure. Mm-hmm. But And then adding the Don at the end, it sort of makes it sound like a Godzilla monster, which is what I was originally going for with the band name. And it was Kam that came up with this, with Troikadon, the name, because he's into all the kaiju things himself. So, and I said, like, we need to do this project, and it'll be myself, Kam Lee, and Karl Willetts on vocals. And the musicians will be Rogga Johansson on guitar, Jonny Pettersson on bass, and Travis Ruvo on drums. And the music's written. We're just waiting for the drums to be finished off. And then, me and Kam will get writing. Karl's very busy with touring with Memoriam. So I've said that I will write his sections. And he's totally cool with that. But I think what we're going to do is Kam's going to write... There's 12 songs, I believe. Kam's going to write 6, and I'll write 6. And we'll just do it that way. And it's a nice mix-up then. And then I think I might even go over to England to when Karl's recording his vocals and just hang out and have fun, which is what I did at the weekend. Last weekend I was hanging out with Memoriam. They were here in Copenhagen. They were playing at the Copenhagen Festival. And we hung out. I did another guest spot with Inside the Wire. And if anyone who was there at the gig, I hope you enjoyed it. And that will be the last time that I'm doing it. They've got other songs to play. They're not going to have this, this thing where I'm there every now and again. No, it's fun, but they've got to concentrate on their own stuff. I've told them this. So. But anyway, Troikadon. Yes, we don't have a label yet, and once we've got some music ready, we're going to shop it around and see who we can get. Well, we'll try with the people that we know first. So I think with the 3 singers, the whole old school vibe we've got going on, plus with the artwork as well, we got some ideas bubbling away. It's going to cause a lot of interest. So, and especially the old school crowd, they're going to love this.
And now with the 3 of you guys singing, I mean, is it going to be you singing each on individual tracks? Or are you going to all be singing on, like, the same tracks? How's that going to go about?
Oh, it'll be all on the same track. It'll be like a verse here and a verse for Karl, a verse for Kam, a verse for me, a bit of a chorus, whatever. And we'll just mix it up. You know, there's no egos. We don't care. We're not going to count how many words we all sing and we have to sing the equal amounts. That's not how we're going to do it. We're just going to go for it and make this music as best as possible, because it's what we're doing this because we love it.
So it's going to be like a modern boy band then, huh?
Well, I wouldn't say boy. I'd say old man band. I think out of the 3 of us, I'm the youngest. I'm 48. By the time the album comes out, I'll be 49. The other guys are in their 50s now. I say they're in the 50s. They are 50. I don't want to make them sound older than they actually are. Oh, sorry, guys.
So is this going to remain something that you guys are just going to keep as a studio project with releases? Or do you guys have hopes of getting out there and playing some shows and bringing this out to everybody?
Well, never say never. Because, I mean, the logistics of it, Karl's in England. The bass player Jonny is also in England. Rogga's in Sweden. I'm in Denmark, and Travis and Kam are both in Florida. So it's a little difficult, but it's not impossible. So who knows? Who knows? I mean, if it's popular enough, then maybe we can do some festival spots. We'll see.
It'd be fun. So what kind of a sound? I mean, we know all the bands that you all are affiliated with in your past, but when you all get together, what kind of sound can we expect from this band, and what kind of vibe does it have to it, in your opinion?
Well, to be honest, I haven't heard any music. Rogga's written it, and we were waiting for the drums to be done. And the reason is, if I hear music without drums, I imagine the drums in my head, and then when I hear the actual recording of them, it's different, and I'm disappointed. So I won't listen to it until the drums are done. But what happened was, Rogga had written these songs for the new Down Among the Dead Men album, but he wrote me and said, it's too different. We can't use it for this. Really, it is too different. And I said, well, hang on. I've had this idea knocking around for a long time. What sort of music is it? He told me the style, and I'm not going to say because I don't want to spoil it. But I'll tell you when we stop recording, okay?
Okay.
And I said, let's save it and use it for this, and that's what we've done. And additionally, speaking of Down Among the Dead Men, Rogga's written the new album, and I'm now writing it as, well, not as I speak, but it's getting written right now.
Okay, well then let's move right on to that. So tell us a little bit more about that. Again, I know we touched on this in the past, but for people listening now, tell us a little bit about that band as well.
Okie dokie. Well, it's myself and Rogga again. And there's a couple of other guys, Dennis Blomberg, who's involved in the last couple of albums. I'm hoping he's on this one as well. And Jonny Pettersson, he's going to be in. And I can't remember the drummer's name, because it's a Swedish name. And okay, we'll just say that. But he's a guy that we've used before. But the album's called And You Will Obey Me. I've seen some of the artwork for the artist who's making for the cover, and it's exactly what I'm looking for. And there's 10 songs, and yes, they're all in reference to Doctor Who. Again, that band was all about being the references. It's just complete Doctor Who worship because I'm such a nerd.
So when could we expect that to come out, or at least hear like a sneak peek off of it?
Ooh, well, that's really down to me, with getting the vocals written, the lyrics written, and then recorded. I would say about 3 months, maybe less. We could get like a track out for people to listen to.
Cool.
And we inked a deal with, again, Transcending Obscurity Records. The guy does such a great job. So I said to Rogga, let's keep all of our eggs in the one basket and work with him. So Echelon as well, Ursinne, and now Down Among the Dead Men, all on Transcending Obscurity Records. So it's a nice to keep it in the family, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely. And now since you mentioned Echelon, David, give us the skinny on that.
Right, well, there's no news as such, but I can confirm that we will be doing a third album. And again, it will be on Transcending Obscurity Records. Nothing's been written, no music. It was just what myself and Rogga have spoken about. What we usually do, and we work together, and we've done an album, such as this new Down Among the Dead Men one. We'll take a couple of months off so he can do another project with somebody else. And there's another project that I'm doing as well, which I've got to go and do. So that's what will happen. It's going to be another year at least before that album drops, the third Echelon. And there's no titles, no song titles or anything or artwork that I can hint at because it's all just word of mouth at the moment. But I can confirm there will be a third album.
Okay, great. Now, David, what else do you have going on? I know that I can't keep up with you, so that's why I'm like, we're just going to get him on the show, and he'll catch us all up to date on everything. So what else you got going on?
Well, the one project that I'm going to be doing after this Down Among the Dead Men album is a band called Hellfrost and Fire. I only recently posted about it on Facebook, but a few months ago I did a cover version with a band called Gath, Gath, and it was a Celtic Frost song, Dethroned Emperor. And I really enjoyed doing it, and I tried to emulate Tom G. Warrior's vocal pronunciation, because he does say the lyrics in a unique way, and I tried to keep that in there as well, and I found it was so much fun. So I wrote to the guy and I said, why don't we do a project? You know, we're both into Celtic Frost and Hellhammer, hence the band name, Hellfrost. That was originally what the band was going to be called, but there's a band already called that. So I said, let's add the and fire, because we've both got a burning passion for these bands. So we're going to do a couple of Celtic Frost covers, a couple of Hellhammer covers, and a whole bunch of our own material as well, in the same vein as those two bands. So that's the next thing. That's myself and the musician is Rick DeMusis. I think I'm saying his surname right. He's in the band Gath. Anyway, you can always look him up. He's on my friends list on Facebook. And also, we've got in Travis from Echelon and Troikadon, and also Cropsy Maniac. I'll put them in there as well, on drums. So we've got it's a full band, really.
Is that it? Do you got some more stuff?
Well, actually, yes. Next year, 2018, the band that I've been a member of, along with a good many other people, the band Just Before Dawn. They're going out live.
Wow.
We're going to do some shows. We've got 2 shows confirmed, one in the UK and one in Holland. That'll be in April, the end of April, the last 2 weekends in April of next year. There's a new album in the pipeline. I've recorded 4 songs for it myself, because it's sort of a multi-talented band with lots of different musicians, and it's not just a set lineup of 5 people. It sort of varies. There's the one guitarist, the mastermind behind it, Anders. He's on every track, and then there's guest vocalists and guest guitarists and all that. So also Jonny Pettersson's on it as well. He's one of the musical masterminds there. So we got the shows coming up. I suggested it to them, and they said it was a great idea. So we're going to go out for some select festivals and go to England, and we're actually playing in my old hometown of Birmingham.
Oh wow!
We're playing with Antisect and Discharge, which is a dream come true for me.
So that's for next year. So as far as this year, as you know, playing out and stuff like that, are you guys going to be, or I shouldn't say you're involved with all these different things. Is this year going to be like the year that you concentrate on doing all this writing and getting all your stuff straight with everybody, or do you plan on going out to do any, shows this year, unless you're just like running up on stage with Memoriam again or something?
Well, if it's the latter there, like with the Memoriam thing, I don't think that's going to happen, because I'm not going out anywhere to play any shows around Europe. And Just Before Dawn, we're waiting until next year. We all live pretty close together, because most of them are in Sweden, and we can just easily rehearse. I can just jump on a train, and an hour later I'm in the rehearsal room. So it's not so bad. So that's definitely planned for next year. The rest for this year, there's a few guest vocals on recordings that are coming up. I'll be doing those, and I'm really looking forward to just getting all the writing done that has to be done, and then obviously the vocals to be recorded after the writing. But this new Down Among the Dead Men, Rogga's absolutely convinced that it's going to be the best one yet. And it's thanks, Rogga. That's put a lot of pressure on me. Now I'm writing the lyrics. Nice one, man. But musically, it's definitely the Down Among the Dead Men sound, and it's going to be good. Our best, well, that'll be for everyone to judge once it's out.
And we will.
Uh-oh.
But so you got a lot of interesting things going on, and we're looking forward to hearing a lot of these complete projects with, like you said, you got that Troikadon going on there with Karl and Kam. So we're really excited to hear that, because, all 3 of you, big places in metal history, and then all coming together all these years later. It's going to be exciting for all of us. And definitely, David, as you know, you're always welcome to come back on the show once you get all this stuff released. Tell us about what's going on with the albums. And for now, thanks for coming on the show, getting us all up to date on what's going on with you. And boy, have a great time this year getting all that stuff straight.
Thank you. Again, thanks for having me on. It's always nice. It's always wonderful, in fact, to come on the show. And, this time round it was blah, 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 blah. I've got all this to do, and I'd better get on with it. But maybe next time round it can be after the new Down Among the Dead Men's recorded, and we've got some Troikadon on the go as well, and also this Hell, Frost and Fire. We can maybe do a special then.
Sounds like a plan, Dave.
Lovely.
Okay, well, have a great day, and again, thanks for taking the time out to come on the show today.
Thank you very much.